And we're back. Welcome back to Final Fantasy 15 Minimalist Run. On this episode, we're going to find the runestones of Ramuh to gain his hand, as the point of this quest is to gain the hand of the Astrals and reclaim the Royal Arms. So we're on our way to the first runestone, and if you remember from last time, our car got stolen by the Imperials, so we have to do this whole thing without the car, which is actually not a bad thing, in my opinion, because it actually promotes exploration for once, which is something that doesn't happen too often in this game.
No messages.
So, alright.
What's your right? Got it.
Nothing on the right, buddy. I'm walking to the runestone. So, there are 3 runestones, and the third runestone is in a dungeon. I think it's another cave, though it might not be. I don't fully remember, but it's gonna be another toughie if the Greyshire Glacial Grotto was not enough of an indicator of... Whoa! Okay, suddenly Gigantoad. It literally came out of nowhere. And it is a much higher level than we are. We're level 18, this thing is level 27. Hasn't stopped us before, but, you know. Sick blindsides, dude. What's going on, dude? So, yeah. Oh, there's the poison. Thank you. Thank you, Ignis. From this, particular enemy, you can get Gigantoad steaks. I have never eaten a toad before. What? Oh, he's come up with a new recipe that we probably will never use. Maybe during the mandatory camping sequences that come later in the game, but there's maybe 1 or 2 of those in the whole thing, so... Yeah, we're just running through forests in the rain to get to the runestone. There's another Gigantoad. I'm gonna ignore it. I'm just gonna straight up ignore it. Okay, looks like I'm in the fight now. I might as well. It's experience. I don't think my rules disallow what I'm doing right now, so... You know what? I'm just gonna go for it. It seems like, probably in... Oh, no. Okay. A group of Imperials just landed, so this fight is gonna go on a little longer than expected. Oh, I can activate the armature now. This is just, you know, getting experience, which is a good thing. Very good. I'm not... going to be like, oh no, it's gonna make this thing unfair because I'm getting experience. Like, no way. I'm way behind on levels for right now, so more levels is like a really good thing. Okay, we gotta regroup. My team is not performing at 100% right now. This is a fight, alright. Sorry, I'm focusing in hard on this fight. I'm trying to think of like anything I can commentate about. So I've been playing Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2 a lot recently, the one on the Nintendo DS. It's really good, but as someone whose main they dropped a second bunch of Magitech troopers on us. That's just great. No, not on. Ugh, I just wasted a potion. But as someone whose main exposure to the strategy RPG genre has been Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy Tactics, all of them, are so slow. The gameplay just moves at a glacial pace. It's unbelievable. I am, like, really in a bad spot right now. I need a high potion. Okay, I need to change Prompto's technique from Star Shell because we're not fighting demons right now. And Piercer, please. Oh, he critted, yes! So, I never knew this before, but the way that you can tell if a technique is going to score a critical hit is if the name up on the top of the screen flashes yellow before they use the technique. Oh, okay, this is actually a good time to do a cross chain because he was at full health when he went vulnerable. So I can probably just end this whole dude's life in a single cross chain. You know what? I think my speaker's a little too loud. Sorry if there's been any audio bleed. There we go. That's better.
Whoa! Look at this guy. Magnificent.
All right, and on we go. That was a nice little diversion to get some experience. I'm sure that's going to help us out a lot in the future. Like that singular fight is probably going to contribute a lot to how well we're going to do in the upcoming dungeon. I don't remember what the dungeon is. I can't remember if it's the forest dungeon or like another cave. Oh, good. Imperials. More Imperials. My favorite thing in this game. When Imperials drop down on your head. I love Imperials. I love getting blindsided by Imperials. Okay, I have too much fire energy. In that case, I think we need to do some more Elemancy. I'm just going to get rid of this random fire spell. Yes. There are people talking very loudly upstairs. I wanted to make sure that on every possible day that I could, I would record 2 episodes. And it appears that sometimes that can be a bit of an issue because people like to talk upstairs. You can infuse cup... Oh, okay. You know what? Just one. I need more ice energy. I don't have any ice spells, like in case I really need to exploit that weakness on an enemy with an ice weakness. So, boom. Check my ascension points right now. 42. Actually, this might be a good time to do some ascension. Stalker. I don't do... Blindsides don't happen enough, I don't think. Warp Strike stuff. Demon Destroyer. Ultra Light Phase. We own an Ultra Light Beam! Air Slip. Air Stride. Air Dance. Okay, techniques. You know what? Let's think about this. Because there are more than just these 4 useful techniques. Enhancement is also very useful. What could I do that's like... I have 14 ascension points left, and a lot of this stuff is clearly more than 14. Armature Harvester, Iron Armature, Armature Action, Armature War Chain, Armature Sage Chain. I don't know if you can hear all the people upstairs, but there are people talking upstairs, and that is gonna kind of ruin this episode. I'm really, really sorry about all the people being loud. upstairs. I don't know what they're talking about that's making them be so loud, but they sure are loud, all right. They're being very loud and laughing and chortling. Okay, so looks like 14 points isn't really good enough for anything that's like really important. So there's a Magitech armor near this specific runestone. There always is. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna run straight past it because for some reason those things have a really crappy vision cone. It's like impossible for them to see anything in front of them. So we're running in the rain. Treasure spot. Oh, hey, look, a little item. Pink. Whitestone ore. More car crap. I could probably stand to sell my car crap, actually. So here's the first runestone. It's like a blasted tree. Actually, all the runestones look like that. Touch. I'm going to touch the runestone. I'm going to touch. And this awesome thing happens. And we're gonna skip this. It's Noctis in a wheelchair when he was just a little babby. He got hurt when he was a little baby boy. My finger's cracked. I'm sorry about that, folks. He got hurt when he was a little baby boy. Now, for those of you who don't know, Final Fantasy 15 is not the only part of this universe. In fact, Final Fantasy 15 is, I believe, the 4th chronological entry in the Final Fantasy 15 universe, which sounds ridiculous, but it's actually true. The first and the like, you have to watch them in a certain order, watch or play them in a certain order. Please stop doing that, Noctis. You have to watch and or play them in a certain order. First comes A King's Tale, which is about Noctis' dad, Regis. Wait, let me just... What are these guys weak to? Guns, shields, and fire. Do I have any fire weapons? Oh, I didn't buy the flame tongue when I was in Lestalem, and I'm gonna regret that. I know I'm going to regret that. Okay. I'm gonna regret not buying the flame tongue because these are organic dudes. These are not, Magitech troopers. They're real organic soldiers. So there's something oddly funny to me about like soldiers in like crusade mail with shields and stuff with like assault rifles. That's such a weird, like, that's such a Final Fantasy thing. Like, Final Fantasy just loves those anachronisms where it's like, we're gonna take a medieval setting and we're gonna put guns in it, and that's how Final Fantasy 12 happened. I mean, that's also like Final Fantasy 6. I mean, the term Magitech comes from Final Fantasy 6. Final Fantasy loves to reference itself. This Final Fantasy is one of the most self-referential series I think that has ever been produced. Every single game calls back in uncountable ways to past entries in the series. Like, did you know that there's a person called Sid in every Final Fantasy game who, in some way or another, provides the party with a way in which they can fly around the world? Yeah. It's just become a tradition, I guess. There's a Sid in every Final Fantasy game, except the original version of Final Fantasy 1, but they added in a Sid in the remakes. So now you can say that every main series entry has a Sid. Even some of the spin-offs have a Sid. For example, Final Fantasy Type 0, the main villain, his name is Sid. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2, a game I've been playing a lot recently. The leader of your guild when you start off the game, his name is Sid. We are going to sell things. Treasures? No. Auto parts, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, sweet 50 gil, baby. Yeah. Nice 50 gil. That's enough to buy a single potion.
Thanks. See you next time.
Okay. Well, we at least bought a couple potions. Please help me. I am just... Eventually, I think I'm going to hit a point where I just straight up run out of money. And, like, that's when the game is going to get really freaking hard. When I just run out of ways to obtain more money. Because I have to buy things.
Show you what I can
Oh.
really do.
This happens very infrequently, and it's gonna happen right now. Booyah.
I need now.
Warp strike to the face. Man, that took off a lot of my HP. Okay. Okay, buddy. Okay. Come on. Guzz that potion. Alright. Whoa. Oh, he analyzed it. Thanks. I already knew it was weak to spears and ice, though. Here, sir. Please. Oh, crit it again.
Opening.
That's always a good thing.
Nice one.
Whenever Piercer crits, because I think when it scores a critical, it lowers the opponent's defense, which, you know, increasing the amount of damage I can deal is very good when I'm at a very low level and am basically cherry tapping the enemy to death.
Oh, glad that's over.
What was I talking about
Play video
before,
games.
like, I bought the potions? Oh yeah, Final Fantasy being a self-referential series, you know, there's weapons that persist through every Final Fantasy game. Like, I'm pretty sure there's been a flame tongue sword in every Final Fantasy game. There's a rune saber, or like a rune sword in every Final Fantasy game. There's usually a sword called the Excalibur, or the Apocalypse.
I think she's more a messenger.
The name Highwind also comes up kind of a lot. That was a Final Fantasy VII thing. The Cid from that particular Final Fantasy, his name was Cid Highwind, and he was the first playable Cid in the series. His name was Cid Highwind, which is just the most, like, that's a very 1990s poorly translated JRPG name. Cid Highwind. I mean, that almost rivals Star Ocean's Edge Maverick in, like, corny RPG names. And yes, I'm not lying to you. There is a legitimate main protagonist character in the Star Ocean series. I don't remember which game he's from. I think he's from Star Ocean 3? But I don't remember. Or was he from Star Ocean 1? Because the second story was Fate. And Till the End of Time was... No, was Fate from Till the End of Time? I don't remember. Either way, there's a main character in the Star Ocean series whose name is Edge Maverick, which is the corniest name I've ever heard in my life. Can you imagine someone, like, having a child and they're in the maternity ward and they're like, "Oh, honey, what should we name it? What should we name it, honey?" And they're just like, "Oh, we should name him Edge Maverick. Let's just take two cool sounding nouns and put them together and call that a name. That's Edge Maverick." Okay, yeah, there is Focio Hollow. I believe Focio Hollow is the forest dungeon. Within the Heart of Rock. Okay, that's a cave then. I know that in this game there are like there's like 3 caves, and there's a forest dungeon that I really like. Yeah, I really like the aesthetic of the forest dungeon. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's called Malmalam Thicket, I think. Oh, time to fight more bad guys. Oh, these are not Magitech troopers, so I should be using the sword instead. I'm sorry if my voice sounds shot. Last night, as I'm recording this, I'm recording this on a Saturday evening. Last night, so it was Friday night, was the first football game of the season. I am not a football player, but I am in the marching band. And it was Football Friday, and I was part of the halftime show because I'm in the band. And you know what that means. That means that when you're at a football game and you're a member of the band, there's a lot of screaming because no one can hear anyone. Like, ever. Man, that is a big bird. Do I have to fight that? Do I have to fight that thing? I don't want to fight that. It's level 53. I don't want to fight that.
Like a real life RPG.
Oh, this is like a real life RPG. Oh, oh. Yeah. What? No. I can't. Oh, it's even playing the boss music. No, I have to run. Run away. Run away, please. I can't afford to fight it. I will literally get killed in a single attack if I try and go up against that thing. Like, no way, brother. I'm not fighting that thing. Oh, no. It's nighttime. It's nighttime and I'm not allowed to rest it at camp. I'm gonna have to fight demons. And demons are the worst. I've already elaborated in a previous video. Would you pick the freaking thing up and start? Okay. I've already elaborated in a past video the reasons why I hate fighting demons. And the main reason is when you get hit by a demon, you don't just, get hurt. It also reduces your max HP. Like, normally the only circumstance in which you would lose max HP is when you lose your current HP and you go into danger status. But nope, demons, Jesus. Demons, they just sap it away with every hit. So, when you're in a dungeon, like I was before, and, you get hit a lot because you're fighting a lot, you don't actually have to use items to, like, heal people out of danger, but it's a very good idea. I gotta reduce this thing's defense. I gotta kill it really, really quickly. This didn't get a critical, but I think oh, you gotta be kidding me. Magitech troopers, at a time like this is not the time. And I have my armature bar is not full enough. Oh, cross chain. Okay, this should help. I remember, cross chains were added in an update. When I first played through the game, these didn't exist. So there was really no point to having enemies even be vulnerable in the first place. Like, go into that vulnerable state. Except the fact that they just take more damage when they're vulnerable. Okay, so when they stand still like that, that means they're poised for a counter. Okay, I get it. Okay, I have full... Regroup. Thank you, Ignis. You're the best party member in this game for a reason. What is even happening? So is the Giganto, like, helping me? Is he also hurting the Magitech dudes? Or am I just, like, wishful thinking, hoping that his big area of effect attacks are hurting the Magitech dudes? Whoa! Okay, Ignis is in danger. I gotta heal him up. Come on, get up, buddy. Ow! Okay. I can point warp to that rock and regain some health. Nope. Man, this is just bad. I'm in a bad spot. What can I do? I have one mega okay, I'm just gonna use regular. No! Oh, I meant to use it on Prompto. Oh, I fat fingered it, and then you have to be kidding me.
We must regroup right here.
This is really, really hard. This is really hard. Ugh, Prompto, stop getting hit.
Of course.
Prompto, Prompto.
So, this is how...
Okay, I have to elixir him, or else he's just gonna keep dying. Oh no. You know what? Why can't I use the muscle stem on myself?
Rescued by a prince.
Okay. Okay, I have Armature. Go Noctis, use an Armature. Yes! Yes! This is precisely why you also gain Armature points from taking damage, so you can turn the tides of battle like a champ. Like a champ. So anyway, as I was saying, last night was the first football game, and you can't hear anything at football games because there's a crowd, and you're playing music most of the time, and then there's the cheers. So, in the fourth quarter, the cheerleaders, they come over to the band and they start like leading these cheers. And one of the cheers, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. That's a demon. That is a very powerful demon. That is an unbelievably powerful demon. How far is it? Oh my god, it's 0.71 miles away. And there's a lake in the middle, so I'm gonna have to go around. This is not good. Oh, you see that big thing? That's a Catoblepas. There's a side quest about it, but we're not doing it. So the cheerleaders do the cheer called Do It, where they chant like, do it, do it, do it, do it, and they go, stop. Now freshmen do it, and with like all the classes, and you're supposed to chant do it back, and like whichever class chants the loudest wins. Now I'm not a junior, I'm a senior. I'm a senior now, but in the case of Do It, I'm a member of the drumline. We are all juniors. And there's a reason for that. What? Okay, I heard that. No way! No! No, not Iron Giants, no! I gotta get to the dungeon! So, in the case of Do It, we're all juniors, and we don't chant Do It like we're supposed to. We just scream, because that's what the drumline does. It's like the drumline's job is to just like be as like different and as like anti-band as possible as you can be when you're still in the band, and I love that aspect of drumline. Like nothing that you do in the band, I mean in the drumline, is like pro-band. Like we always seem to roll our eyes at the people who are like, oh, band is my family. I care about the band more than I care about anyone else. But we still have fun in band, you know. And gonna kind of humble brag here. We spend more time practicing than any other section in the band, because we're the only section that our sectionals last for 2.5 hours in the summertime. Yeah. Oh, I can't run across that tree. So, every Wednesday and Friday in the summertime, the drumline gets together and we have 2.5 hour sectionals, even during the weeks where there is no band. Because, like, the drumline is a part of the band that can't afford to be low quality. Because they maintain the beat. And the thing about the drumline is, like, if you're not playing, everyone knows you're not playing, because they can see that you're not playing. Like if you're playing trumpet and you like don't know a song, or you're like too nervous to play correctly, you don't have to play. You can like pretend to play by moving your fingers up and down on the valves, but the rest of your section will be making noise that will cover up the fact that you're not playing, so no one really knows. But if you're a drummer and you're not playing, everyone knows that you're not playing because you're not moving the sticks and the sticks aren't hitting the drum. It's very difficult to move drumsticks in a manner that looks like you're playing and not be playing. And if you're just moving the sticks randomly, everyone knows because everyone else is moving the sticks in the exact same way at the exact same time, and you're just doing random things. So the drumline, it is imperative that the drumline like knows their music and knows it well, because it like if the drumline doesn't look or sound good, it is way more obvious than if any other section. Oh! It just it just came out of nowhere. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Run away! Run away, baby! This. Sorry. That's so frightening.
It's pretty close, which means we must be as well.
Like, that's one of the myriad of things I actually really like about this game. It's that demons are horrifying, not just in their designs, but also in their ability. Because demons are incredibly strong, and so you're really strongly encouraged not to go outside at night. But, you know, in a playthrough like this, you have to. So you encounter demons more than you usually would. So what was the theme of this dungeon again? Is this just another cave? Oh, this is like the really like big open like Mammoth Cave. You ever heard about Mammoth Cave? That big cave in Kentucky. That is like literally the biggest cave in the world, I think. I mean, of course there are parts of the cave that you're not allowed to go in because they're too dangerous, but it's like something like 600 miles, or like just something crazy like that. Like, how does something like that even form? You know, like, because the way that things are carved out of rock naturally is through erosion. So how does something that big form?
On second thought, maybe not.
And you know what? I'll consider that question on the next episode. So on the next episode of Final Fantasy 15, we're going to go into Focio Hollow. We're going to touch the third runestone, and we're going to gain the blessing of Ramuh. I'll see you then.